All right, welcome back inside the booth with Menlo SID, Ryan Barnett. I'm Jacob Norling. It's great to have you with us here in Montecito, California. Wonderful Saturday here, March the 7th. Devin Perez lead things off in the bottom half of this second inning against Parker Hall. Hall looked pretty good in the first inning, spotting the fastball, especially on the outside part of the plate to left-handers. Here he delivers a first pitch fastball over the heart of the plate. The Perez fouls back of home plate and out of play, 0-1.
Yeah, when I saw we were playing Westmont this weekend, Devin Perez was the first guy that I was circling on all of my notes. He is a very impressive hitter, and that's why I think the Oaks went with Ignatius Lovelace in Game 1, trying to go with the lefties on the mound, and let's see what Perez can do against Hall.
That fastball spiked outside, 1-1. Yeah, big difference in the lineups with the Warriors is the lefties sometimes will take Drew Bayard out of the lineup, and Bayard, although the average doesn't look pretty this year, one of the more powerful bats in the Warriors lineup, one of the highest ceilings they have in the batter's box. And with the lefty in second time in 3 days, second time he's been out of the lineup as Perez smokes one down the right field line, but that'll get foul at the distance.
I think that's why I had Perez circled on my notes, definitely getting to show off the power there. It's hard, as we were just saying, to get one out over the fence with the humid air here in Montecito, but there, he showed that he has the power to if he can just wait a split second longer on that pitch from Parker Hall.
On a 1-2 pitch, Hall delivers a fastball that's lined right into the glove of the first baseman, Chris Lopez, for out number 1.
Chris Lopez today getting the odd start at catcher, but immediately making the defensive substitution so the Oaks can utilize the courtesy runner for Lopez as Lopez gets on base a lot more than their catcher, Jackson Hoda. I think they'll roll the dice and allow Hoda to run for himself and use the courtesy runner for their leadoff hitter, Lopez.
So in steps Daniel Netz with one down. Netz, 253 hitter, 4 home runs, all of them on the road. First pitch he sees, he chases one downstairs for strike 1.
Good to see how Paul is working so far. If you're an Oaks fan, keeping his pitches when he misses low. Occasionally when he starts to get into trouble, he'll start missing his pitches up in the zone, and that's when batters can really hurt him.
He's set. He delivers an 0-1 to Daniel Netz. He swings away and comes up empty on the outside part of the plate. It's a fastball in the mid-80s. 0-2 now.
Yeah, there's that two-seamer from Hall. Hall will throw a two-seamer and a four-seamer, and you definitely see the ball break away from right-handed batters when he throws that two-seamer. Loses a little bit of the velo on it, but definitely I would say that's his go-to fastball, and then we'll occasionally see him mix in the four-seam.
He tries to go upstairs with the fastball that time. Netz is able to lay off as it goes to the backstop. Count moves to 1-2. Back at the set. Hoda appears set up outside. The 1-2 drips over the heart of the plate, but a good changeup right there pulls the string onto the barrel of Daniel Netz for the punch out, and out number 2.
That's what Parker Hall does. Likes to fill up his stat line with strikeouts, but that does get your pitch count up. And like we said, once Hall gets to that 90 pitch mark, that's where the control really starts to elude him. Now, the Oaks try usually to get him through 5, and that's usually where he starts to get hurt, and has only once this season gotten through the 5th inning.
So Matt Schultz getting the start at catcher today in the 7th spot. Takes a breaking ball off his back. So he'll reach base, and I was just going to mention Schultz only a 238 hitter, but he's worked a ton of walks, enough to have his on-base percentage well above 430, and that'll take up right there with the hit batsman. And the courtesy runner, Paul Mizrachi, will come on to run for him.
Speedster out there at first. Mizrachi got a chance to watch him play yesterday, and he's every bit as dangerous, I would say, on the base paths as Taylor Garcia, the leadoff hitter. So great that in the college baseball game and at the NAIA level, you can use that courtesy runner to your advantage, as Westmont does here with Mizrachi.
The Hall looking at him at first base. He comes to the plate. The first pitch to Alex Stuft is over the heart of the plate. Looks like he pulled the changeup on first pitch to make it 0-1 the count.
And that is an extremely dangerous spot for Hall to be messing around with. Sort of on the inner half of the plate, but elevated with the changeup. I think if Stuff sees that again, he's driving it down the left field line.
The 0-1 pitch. He kicks, delivers. Alex Stuff takes the same exact pitch, same exact result. 0-2 the count. Not sure what Alex is looking for right there.
And that one a little bit more in on the plate, a little bit lower, so a tougher pitch to drive indeed, but still very hittable to Stuffed. Let's see how Hall comes back here. I think he's going to go fastball.
I'd agree. Try to change the eye level a little bit here on the 0-2. We'll see. He comes to the plate. Instead, he stays downstairs for the third time, and Stuff gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Again, I guess you could call that the old broadcaster faux pas, the broadcaster jinx there, whatever you say. The opposite usually comes into play more at basketball when you talk about a great free throw shooter, a great three-point shooter missing, but working in baseball there too, showing us that it's definitely the player's game, not the broadcaster's game.
Yep, no hitters and free throws, two things that we will ruin as Mizrachi goes in the 0-2 pitch. Stuff fouls it back, so he'll have to retreat. The count stays 0-2. Stuff, the 263 hitter. Got 6 doubles to his name, tied for the team lead in that category. Definitely think the Warriors would like to see a little more power out of him. Trying to fill the shoes of Luke Coffey, graduated last year. One of the more impressive bats in program history.
That is absolutely the truth. The guy that, you just as a baseball fan, when you're calling his games, you just admire the swing.
Stuff takes a fastball just inside off the hands, 1-2.
Coffey, though, just an extremely impressive, not just hitter, but also in the field, a great guy to man the hot corner. And he was fun to watch whenever he came to town to Atherton for Menlo College.
I always say if I could buy a jersey, I'd have bought Luke Coffey's. Here on the 1-2, Hall to the plate. Mizrachi goes. It's downstairs, and he's going to have second without a throw. So runner moves into scoring position. Credit Paul Mizrachi with the stolen base. The count is 2-2. Now if Alex Stuff can find some outfield grass, he'll be able to put Westmont up 1-0. On a 2-2 pitch, Alex Stuffed takes one downstairs, 3-2.
Not a bad location there by Hall, trying to get Stuff to chase one down low. He doesn't, though. Now it's gut check time. Full count. See if Mizrachi takes off with his speed. And see what Parker Hall has to deal here. You don't want to give Stuff something he can drive to drive in Mizrachi.
Mizrachi off of second, 2 down. Brady Rank awaits on deck. If Stuffed can pass the baton. Hall trying to put up another 0. Stuffed maybe trying to give the Warriors the lead. The 3-2 pitch. Mizrachi goes. It's upstairs. Throw to third base. Mizrachi's safe. He would have been out. But Kyle Krabs can't hang on to the throw. Looks like the slide from Mizrachi knocked it out of there. So runners at the corners with 2 down.
That's a tough break for Jackson Hoda and the Oaks. You see case in point right there why Jackson Hoda stays behind the plate for the Oaks. Easily the best cannon behind the dish for Menlo College. And he had Mizrachi hung out to dry. But unfortunately, Krebs, not too much experience at the hot corner this season, unable to catch the throw. He knocks it down. And Mizrachi with the hard slide, able to ensure he's safe over at third for his 7th stolen base of the year.
So now Brady Rank with runners at the corners and 2 down. Takes the first pitch downstairs. Good block by Hoda that time. 1-0 the count. So credit a couple bags to Paul Mizrachi this inning. One by good fortune, the other by good base running. Stuffed off of first. Normal size lead held on by Lopez. Outfield, maybe looking for Rank to pull. The 1-0 stays downstairs, 2-0. Rank, a 297 hitter, one of the more talented bats in the program. The true freshman, we're in the starting shortstop role. Beginning of the season, kind of guy you wouldn't be surprised to see at the top of the hits record in 4 years. He takes a 2-0 pitch down the heart of the plate, 2-1 the count. One of the purest left-handed swings I've seen in my time here at Westmont.
Got to flash the leather a little bit as well. It's always so great when you got a great fielding shortstop who can then come back offensively and swing the aluminum as well.
He hits one into left center field. Should be routine for Henry in his tracks to make the grab for out number 3. So Parker Hall in and out of trouble. We'll head to the top of the third. Oaks and Warriors still scoreless.